All right, so picture this.
Okay.
You're booting up your favorite video game,
Mm.
right? Ready for like a whole night of digital adventure.
Yeah.
But instead of like joining up with a friend,
Okay.
you're playing alongside an AI.
Okay.
But it's not just any AI.
Right.
It's one that's actually learning the game the same way you did.
Wow.
By like looking at the screen,
Yeah.
figuring things out.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to dive into that today.
I'm fascinated already.
Yeah, so this whole thing is about general computer control.
Okay.
It's a research paper that has some like wild implications, I think, for the future of how we even use computers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like way down the line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get this, right?
Hey.
The researchers created an AI called CRADLE, and they set it loose in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, wow.
You know that game.
Yeah, I know that game, yeah.
It's like massive open world, Western, shootouts, horseback riding.
Yeah, tons of side quests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so to keep you busy for years.
Exactly.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
most of the game playing AIs that are out there, they get like special treatment, right?
Yeah, for sure. They get to cheat a little bit.
Yeah, they have access to the game's code.
Right. They can see behind the scenes, kind of.
Yeah, or they play in like simplified versions of the game world.
To make it easier for them.
Exactly. But CRADLE,
Yeah.
just thrown into the digital Wild West
Wow.
with nothing but screenshots to guide it,
Interesting.
just like a human player.
So how is that even possible?
That's why this research is like such a big deal.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's not just about,
Just beating a game.
beating a game.
Right.
It's about creating an AI that can learn to use any software,
Yeah.
no matter how complex.
Regardless of how it's built, even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So how does CRADLE actually work?
Yeah. How does it work?
So picture it like this.
Okay.
CRADLE sees a screenshot of the game,
Right.
and its digital brain is like
Yeah.
trying to make sense of it all.
Uh-huh. It's analyzing everything.
Everything. The text on the screen, the objects that it can see,
Yeah.
even those like subtle visual cues
Interesting.
that, we as humans just pick up on.
Right. We don't even think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's like almost like watching someone play over their shoulder and trying to connect the dots.
Kind of reverse engineer.
Yes.
This strategy.
Between like, you do this and this happened.
Yeah.
And just like that friend who's like totally new to gaming,
Mm-hmm.
but they slowly start to get the hang of it.
Yeah, they pick it up
CRADLE starts to learn new skills
as it goes.
as it's navigating this whole virtual world.
That's incredible.
And there's this great anecdote in the paper
Okay.
about CRADLE learning to hitch its horse.
Okay.
And like at first I'm picturing it just like
Running around. Yeah.
bumping into things.
It's like a confused
digital cowboy.
digital cowboy, yeah.
But through like
Trial and error.
trial and error
Uh.
and probably a few frustrating, digital moments.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It figures out,
What to do.
okay, if I move the character close to a hitching post
Uh-huh.
and press this button,
Right.
it works.
It figures it out.
And then from that point on, hitching the horse
Yeah.
becomes part of CRADLE's, like,
Repertoire.
yes, like a growing repertoire of skills.
That's incredible.
It's a huge leap from traditional AI,
Yeah, how so?
where like every single action has to be pre-programmed.
Right.
This is like,
It's figuring it out.
it's learning by doing,
Yeah.
just like we do.
Just like humans in the real world.
Which makes you wonder
Yeah.
if CRADLE can master, like, the untamed wilds
True, it's West.
of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
What else can it do?
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're probably thinking, okay, cool, so this AI can wrangle virtual horses.
Right.
But, like, what about the stuff I use every single day?
Exactly. Yeah.
Can it handle, like,
Can it check my email?
yeah, my email inbox?
Yeah.
Or, like, help me edit a video?
Right, something practical.
Yeah, get this.
Okay.
The researchers didn't stop at Red Dead Redemption.
Right.
They wanted to see
Okay.
if CRADLE could take its,
It's kills.
its cowboy skills
Yeah, from the digital Wild West.
and apply them to, like,
Yeah.
the wider world of software.
Oh, interesting. Like other programs and apps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they set it loose on programs like Chrome, Outlook,
Mm-hmm.
even video editing apps.
Oh,
And the results were fascinating.
I bet. How'd it do?
So in some cases,
Okay.
CRADLE thrived. Like, it figured out how to navigate menus,
Uh-huh.
click buttons,
Okay.
even use keyboard shortcuts.
Wow.
All just by
Just by observing.
observing and
Yeah.
experimenting. It's like
Right.
it went from like riding horses in the Wild West to like navigating the
information superhighway.
Yeah, the digital highways.
Yeah, there is
of our everyday software.
I like that. That's good.
Like, for instance, the paper mentions how CRADLE managed to master that keyboard shortcut to reopen a closed tab in Chrome.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like Ctrl-Shift-T?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have that memorized, actually.
Right. Some people don't even know that one.
And it figured it out.
That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's a small victory, right?
Sure.
But it highlights CRADLE's ability to, like
what? To learn? To
identify patterns.
Okay.
And then apply them in new contexts.
So it's not just like
it's not just memorizing actions, you know?
Right, exactly. It's not just rote memorization. It's like it's figuring out.
It's understanding the underlying logic.
Interesting.
Of how the software operates.
Yeah.
But hold your horses.
Oh.
Because it wasn't all smooth sailing for CRADLE.
It wasn't.
Ooh, it turns out even AI can get bogged down by the complexities
I was gonna say
of human-designed software.
It's complicated.
I know.
Yeah.
The researchers describe how CRADLE hit a wall when they unleashed it on Outlook.
Wow.
It got lost in the labyrinth of menus.
Yeah, Outlook can be confusing.
And folders.
A lot.
And it was struggling to complete even simple tasks.
Wow.
Which I think reveals a crucial insight about the challenges of like AI development in general.
Okay.
We often focus on
making AI smarter.
Making AI smarter.
Yeah.
But what if the problem isn't the AI?
Yeah, what if it's us?
What if it's the tools that we're asking it to use?
Right, what if we're just making really bad tools?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like trying to teach someone to ride a horse.
Okay.
But giving them a rusty old bicycle with a wobbly wheel.
With a flat tire.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're never going to...
even like, why can't you do this?
Exactly, what's wrong with you? Figure it out.
Yeah.
So CRADLE's struggles with Outlook suggest that. Like,
maybe the problem is us.
Yeah,
and that
for AI to really excel in our world, we might need to rethink how we design software.
Yeah.
Instead of creating interfaces that are intuitive to humans.
Right.
We might need to create interfaces that are also understandable to AI.
Right. So it's like a new design paradigm.
Yes.
Thinking about both.
So it seems like CRADLE is this fascinating mix of like
brilliance
and blunder.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Kind of like
a digital teenager.
Yes.
Just figuring things out as it goes.
Figuring things out as it goes.
I love it.
But what does this all mean?
For the average person.
That's the big question, right?
Does this mean we'll all have AI assistants like
managing our inboxes?
Yes.
Editing our videos?
Like tomorrow?
Yeah, is this happening next week?
Well, I don't think it's like
wait that fast.
Time to hand over the reins to our AI assistants just yet.
Yeah.
But this research points to some like really intriguing possibilities. Right?
Yeah.
So imagine a world where you don't even need to like
wrestle
with those complicated software interfaces, right?
Yeah.
So instead of like hunting for the right button or memorizing some like obscure keyboard shortcut.
Right, that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just tell it what to do.
Tell your computer what you want.
And it would just
do it like magic.
Like, computer, book me a flight to Hawaii.
Right.
Find me the best deals on like noise canceling headphones.
Yes.
And remind me to like pick up the dry cleaning.
Exactly.
Like straight out of Star Trek.
Yeah, it's like it's the
dream, right?
It is, yeah.
And CRADLE kind of gives us this little glimpse.
It shows us it's possible.
Yes.
In a way.
Of a future where like interacting with computers becomes more like
having a conversation.
Yes.
Instead of learning their language.
Exactly. Yeah. And the implications of that are huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially for people who,
who aren't.
Might not be like
tech savvy. Tech savvy, who aren't programmers.
Yeah. Or who struggle with like traditional interfaces.
Right. Who, for them, technology is a barrier.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between
that's a great analogy.
Trying to like explain your symptoms to a doctor who only speaks a language you barely understand.
Right.
Versus having a doctor who can just like
who gets you
understand you perfectly and then guide you toward the best treatment.
Absolutely. Yeah, it breaks down those barriers to entry.
So I mean it's exciting, right?
It is exciting. Yeah.
But we also have to remember that CRADLE is still like
A work in progress.
A work in progress.
Yeah.
Like it's that promising young athlete who's showing like flashes of brilliance.
Flashes of brilliance, but
still needs a lot more like training and experience before they're ready for like
the big league.
The big leagues, exactly. Yeah. And the researchers are very upfront about the fact that like
about its limitations.
CRADLE makes mistakes.
Of course, yeah.
Sometimes hilarious ones.
We're going to make mistakes.
And it's still a long way from being ready to, like...
to manage our digital lives.
Yes, exactly. So where do we go from here?
That's the question.
That's always the question, right?
It is.
Well, the researchers are already, like...
Hardy work.
They're working on improving CRADLE's abilities. Okay. Expanding its, like...
software repertoire.
Yes. Software repertoire, exploring ways to make it even more adaptable and reliable so that it doesn't, you know,
go off the rails.
Just completely go off the rails.
Right, exactly.
But I think just as importantly, this research should make us like
rethink some things.
Rethink how we approach software
for design. Yeah.
Design. Yes.
Thinking about
what if we design these interfaces with both
human
and AI users in mind?
In mind, yeah.
Wait.
Like unlock new possibilities.
Yes. Unlock even greater potential.
Yeah.
And create a more like
seamless, intuitive digital experience for everyone.
For everybody.
Yeah.
I love it. That's something to think about, right?
It is, yeah.
It's a big question.
It's a big question. It's going to take all of us to figure that out.
Yeah, so if this whole, like, deep dive...
into the world of AI.
Into AI. And CRADLE has, like, sparked your curiosity.
As it should.
Be sure to check out the show notes. We've got links to...
the paper itself.
The paper.
And some articles about it.
Other fascinating articles. All that stuff will be linked.
Yeah, for sure.
And hey, maybe in a few years we'll be having this conversation.
With our computers.
Yes.
With our computers.
Instead of about them.
All thanks to
the amazing work of these researchers,
And the researchers who like
dare to dream.
Dare to imagine a different way
of using technology.
Of interacting with technology.
I love it.